Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Welcome to House Culture Conversations. This is DJ D Lot, and I am getting set up, making sure I can see folks out here in Twitchville, Facebook Live, and everywhere else we are able to be reached. Hey, what's happening, good people? It's good to see you, DJ D Lot. And tonight we've got an amazing conversation for you. It's going to be outstanding. I've been looking forward to this for a couple of weeks. So without further ado, let's bring our guest to the stage, DJ Reall. DJ Reall, what's happening?
What's going on, man? Hey, man, you need some hand claps. You need some. you need some.
Yeah, I need some drops. Right?
Yeah, man. I need to hit the roar when somebody comes on the road.
That's it. I need to get it going. Let me see if I can figure out here.
Right.
I'm trying to say hello to everybody in the chat.
What's up, people in the chat?
There we go. I got it. I am there. So how you feeling?
I'm good, man. Man, I'm so blessed to have some beautiful weather out here in Atlanta. 70-something degrees, man. 73 degrees, 75 degrees, man. After the show, I'm going to go on the patio, fire me up a stogie, pour me a glass of whatever, and have a good time for the rest of the night. How about that?
Hey, well, I tell you what, let's get this business done first.
Let's get it.
Tell folks a little bit about you, where you're from.
I'm originally from Chicago, born and raised on the south side of Chicago, man. A lot of people look at it as, south side of Chicago, but I was born on the good side of Chicago, y'all. I think. But I was born and raised in Inglewood, man. Born and raised in Inglewood.
Inglewood. Lily Newsom said, "Hey, what's happening?"
Hey, by the way, shout out to my mother, man. That's my mother watching right there. So
I think she tried to say, "Hey, hey, son." Then she changed it to, "Hey, bro." We love mom.
That is not my sister. That's actually my mother right there.
That's awesome.
Shouts out to Mom Duke. She rides with me in the chat when I'm going live on Twitch, man. She rides with me until the end. My sisters and all of them ride with me. Shout out to Sis Love, Marcy Love, and my mother. You know.
That's it. That is it.
Yeah.
Well, so hey, where'd you go to high school?
I went to Robeson, man. I went to Paul Robeson High School, brother.
Okay, so growing up in Inglewood, went to Robeson, and where'd you finish?
I finished in Hyde Park. So there's a lightweight story to that. What up, Felt Rod? It's a lightweight story to all of that.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I did 3 years at Robeson, right? And then due to unfortunate circumstances, I had to graduate out of Hyde Park. So yeah, Hyde Park was one of those places where, you know, it was like the Beverly Hillbillies, you know, I moved to Beverly. So yeah, Hyde Park saved my life, man. Let's put it that way. Hyde Park saved my life.
So now, how did you get into house music? Where was your first kind of introduction to the culture?
It's funny, man. So to be honest, I used to be a B-boy back in the day when I was like 12 years old, man. I used to be a B-boy. I was breakdancing, right? I was a breakdancer. I actually didn't know anything about house music whatsoever, right? So I was breakdancing, and there's a park on the south side of Chicago called Ogden Park. Now, if anybody know about Ogden Park, that's where most parties used to be, you know, if you were on the south side of Chicago. So they had a different party for every genre. So they would have a party for, you know, the B-boys, for the break dancers, and then they have a party for the house heads. So I wasn't a house head at the time. So I was a B-boy. So my first introduction to the culture, I was outside breakdancing. You know, I was pop locking, doing my thing. And right before the house party started, I think it was like on a Saturday, a guy, walked up. He was getting out of the van, and his boys was carrying crates. So they were going into the party. So the crate carriers went in the party, but this one cat stopped to see us breakdancing. And he started laughing, as opposed to, bullying type of laugh, like, whatever. So me, as outspoken as I was like, yo, man, what's so funny? What you laughing at? Get on, let's go. Because that's what we used to do. He was like, no, shorty, I don't even want that. But, I'll let you have it. I got a party to go to. When you get a little older, then come see me. So, he walked on in, and I frowned. So I'm looking at it like, hey, man, he just dissed me. He dissed me. Right in my face. So I asked another guy. The guy was coming out to get some more crate music. I said, man, who was that cat, man? That talking all that junk. Who was that? And he said, oh man, that's Farley Jackmaster Funk, man.
Oh, wow.
That's Farley Jackmaster Funk, man. That's the Godfather of house music. So I was like, not knowing who that was, I was like, whatever. What kind of? So he laughing at me and my moves. I'm laughing at his name. What kind of name is Farley Jackmaster Funk? So I got interested in like, okay, so what does he do? I want to know. I can't go on that party because I'm too young. But I tell you what, I'm gonna find out. As inquisitive as I was, I'm gonna find out who that is. So one night, I used to lay on my floor at my boom box and listen to the music. So one day, I turn to, WBMX. So I'm like, I hit his train because, when Farley first, what is this? And then the music hit. And he started his show with his song, Farley.
Farley.
And I'm sitting there like, okay, that name sounds familiar, but it ain't registering to me. And then the announcer came on, Farley Jackmaster Funk, and I lost my mind. So I'm thinking in my head, hold on, the dude that dissed me is on the radio now, so I gotta listen to it. I gotta see what he's doing. And when I heard him play, I was never the same, brother. So Farley Jackmaster Funk was my first introduction to house music. He was the guy that, put his hand on Lil Shorty's shoulder and was like, when you get older, come and see me. And I was like, introduced to house music like that, brother.
So when you got older, did you go see him?
I went to go see him. As a matter of fact, I seen him a couple times. Of course, he didn't know who I was, but I went to a couple. When I say go see him, I went to a couple of his sets and things like that, man. And I was the one that was beating on the speaker. But he was not my only introduction. He was he introduced me to house. But the person who led me through the way is a couple people that led me through the way of house music. I knocked on the door, he opened the door, but it was a few others that actually let me in.
So that was incredible. That is incredible. Why do you think house music continues to thrive? Think about that. That was so many years ago, decades ago.
Yeah. For me, man, in my honest opinion, man, it thrives because it's a spiritual thing. It's just like, going to church. You go to church for the first time, and something hits your spirit. The pastor's standing up there talking or preaching, and this, it's something. It's like he's talking to you, right?
Yeah.
He says something on the pew, and it sounds like he's talking to you, and then all of a sudden, you feel the spirit. So it's thriving because it's a spiritual thing. It moves you in a way that whatever you going through in your life, whatever is hitting you, whatever's touching you in your life, you got 2 hours of a DJ playing that good music that'll make you forget everything that you've been going through, at least for 2 hours. That's a spiritual thing, man.
Hey, well, hey, I tell you what, I'm gonna have to double click on that. We were talking earlier before we got on the show about what it was like back then to go into a party and hear one of these songs like "I
Yes,
Can't Turn Around" by Daryl
yes,
Cannon.
yes, yes. Not only I can't turn around, but I mean we can't forget in the beginning there was Jack, and Jack had a groove, and with this groove, that was preaching right there. When he said that, that little acapella came on, that love can't turn around came on, and then it dropped. Boom, 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 boom. You couldn't you couldn't help but say, if you was talking to a shorty, if you either we gonna get on the floor or I ain't gonna see you no more. You know.
Hey, you're
So,
listening to House Culture Conversations, and we see you out there on Twitch. We see you on Facebook, and we see you on YouTube. Thanks for vibing with us tonight. We are having a good time already with DJ Reall. Hey, Cabasso LV, what's happening, family? Dream Maker Diva, sorry about your Colorado guys. My bad. We got to coach them up a little bit better, but good to see you in the house tonight. Felt Rod 618. Thanks
yes,
so much
sir.
for vibing with us. We appreciate you, and mom and sis are in the building.
They
So we
are
thank
in the
you so
building.
much.
Hey, shout out to Dream Diva too. Me and Dream Diva was going back and forth about. I didn't even know they had the NFL on this Twitch thing, man. I had no idea. You know, it just took somebody, to tell me that we got the NFL coming on. I could be on Twitch and watch it. The NFL at the same time. So
That is so true. That Twitch is multifaceted.
yes,
So, who have been some of your influences? Well, Farley obviously is
right.
your introduction to house, but go tell us more. Who are your influences, and what are some of the cool stories in your journey in the culture?
Well, like I said, Farley Jack Master Funk bullied me. He was the one that first bullied me as a shorty. But as he did that, man, when I went to high school, when I finally, as a sophomore, I created a dance crew called Alpha Beta Boys, right? A5B. We was the dude. We couldn't come up with any other name, man. We just had to come up with something. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, um, I created a dance crew called A5B in high school, and it was at least about 25 of us, man. This is when, like we were talking about that third generation, this is when, for those who couldn't DJ and for those who couldn't produce music, we had one thing to do, and we could dance. And so I was a dancer by nature, right? I started out as a b-boy, and then I transitioned over to house. So we started dancing. So I got during that time, I got noticed by a few DJs, a few hot DJs in the area. And one of the biggest DJs that I got, familiar with really fast was Mike Dunn.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, Mike Dunn. I tell you a story, right? So I'm out there grooving. We doing our dance, and I'm the tallest one. By the way, I'm 6'4", y'all. If y'all don't know, I'm a big old tall dude who can dance. So, so I was the tallest one dancing, and so
Hmm.
Mike Dunn, we used to dance. We used to go to this club called the. I'm sorry, I should notice it was called the Courtyard. So we in the Courtyard dancing. Mike Dunn was the resident DJ at the Courtyard. So Mike Dunn comes from off his set. I mean, he had one song planned, but he saw me and he came off his set and he was like, "Hey man, uh, who are y'all?" Because it was so many of us. He was like, "Who are y'all, man?" And I was like, "We're the Alpha Beta Boys, man." He was like, "Really?" He said, "Man, I want to talk to you," because he's seen us week after week showing up at his party. So he was like, "Hey man, I want to talk to you when this is over." I said, "All right, cool, bet, whatever." So he get up there and spin. After he get through spinning, the party is over. He comes up to me and he was like, "Hey man, I want y'all to dance for me." And I was like, "All right, but we ain't never did that before, bro. So all right. So he was like, no, I'm serious. I want to do a video, and I want y'all to be, in the video with me. So I was like, all right, cool. So we go out, get our jackets made, and all this other type of stuff. So we were actually dancers for Mike Dunn. We did the video for him. We, did all of this type of thing, and me and Mike Dunn, actually, to be honest, Mike Dunn had a track named after us. He had a track and everything named after us, man. And he was the one that Farley opened the door, Mike Dunn pulled me in, and Tyree Cooper paved the way for me to be who I am right now as far as the DJ. Funny story. So Mike Dunn, after dancing for Mike Dunn, Tyree Cooper and Fast Steady started Hip House. Right. So it got so big in Europe. Then Tyree came to me and was like, hey, man, I want to pull you away from my brother, Mike Dunn, for a minute. And I want you to come dance for me overseas. So I went and danced for him overseas. And we spent at least about 6 months, 7 months just touring, 6, 7, almost a year, man, just touring the States and overseas, man. And he became my big brother. The legendary Tyree Cooper is my big brother, man. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, some heavy influences, man.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So you were a beat boy. You were rehabilitated, and you got into a house, right? And you started dancing for people like Mike Dunn and Tyree Cooper, and you're going seeing the world, doing this thing, and the culture is amazing.
Yes.
When does this whole DJ thing come about?
All right, so I'm not a bedroom DJ, so don't call me that. I don't want to hear y'all saying during COVID, everybody wanted to be a DJ was a bedroom DJ. I wasn't. So, so I tell you what happened, man. So I got on the phone. I was always at the dancing, right? And so I can't dance no more. I'm 53 years old. I ain't dancing for nobody. You know what I mean? I can barely walk down the stairs sometimes. So Tyree and I were on the phone one night, and I was like, "Hey, man, I've been thinking about getting into, DJing. I see you guys doing it." They were on Twitch. Thank God for Twitch, because if it weren't for Twitch, I wouldn't be able to see those cats get down. So I was seeing Mike Dunn every Saturday, and I was seeing the guys that I grew up with spinning, and on spinning live. So I got on the phone with Tyree and was like, "Yo, man, I want to learn it. I want to learn. I want to do this thing, man." And so it was almost me asking for permission, because I didn't want to culture vulture. I didn't want to be one of them cats, man, that just be spinning for no reason and think it's all fun and games, because DJing is fun, but it ain't no joke. You know what I mean? It ain't no joke.
Right.
It's a big thing, man. So especially in Chicago, and I ain't putting nobody else city down, but yo, man, if you spinning house music and you spinning, Chicago is very, very critical about that. So it's like a society, man. You just can't come in there and do it. So so I was on the phone with him, man, and I was like, I want to do it. And he said, all right, I tell you what, call me back tomorrow and we'll hook up and we'll talk about it. So we talked 2 hours about the culture. It wasn't even no friendship conversation. It was all business. We talked 2 hours about the culture. He wanted to really dive into what the culture can do to you. Who are the gatekeepers of the culture? What house music was all about and the way it came from. And so I dived into it. And one thing that he told me, he said, man, it's almost like golf. If you really serious about it, you dedicated to it, it's going to cost a lot of money. That's number one. Number two, I want you to come home from work and practice 2 hours, at least 2 hours straight. And I was like, oh, I can't do that. He said, well, you can't do this. And so I just deep dived into it, man. Every day I come home, 2 hours of DJing, and then I'll take a break, come upstairs, and then after so long, I just started investing that money. And you never, as a DJ, you never stop. You never stop practicing. You practice forever. So
Mm-hmm.
at 2 hours can turn into 3 hours. 3 hours can turn into 4. So that's what I mean by it's a real deal thing. You practice until your fingers can't blend no more. So
That's it. That's it. You
you
have
practice
to.
till the blend sound good, or bad.
No, no, you are so right about that. Once again, you're listening to House Culture Conversations, and we are chopping it up with DJ Reall. Dreammaker Diva, thanks for that. She said this is what an interview's supposed to be: energetic and informative. Now, DJ Reall said he is not a bedroom DJ by
No,
any stretch of imagination.
man,
But
I cut this thing off. If you call me one, the interview is over. Done.
so, but Twitch has opened up
Yes.
access to the
Yes.
music that we love. What's your perspective of what happened with COVID and streaming and all of the DJs, VIPs down to people like you and bedroom DJ?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, man, it's a blessing. COVID was a blessing and a curse. It was. It was a blessing and a curse. It was one of those things to where when it came, nobody knew that they had what they had inside of them. Not only DJs, it was people creating cooking shows, on social media. They didn't even know they could do it. It turned into one of those things, man, to where the people that was afraid to even be on camera, it was therapeutic because it was for people that didn't know they had a good conversation, was able to be creative on the internet, and it just brought out different things in people that they never thought they had. So it was a blessing, and the curse was that we lost so many lives. The blessing is, it also made lives matter. Whether it was house culture, whether it was, like I said, cooking shows, knitting, anything you could do. COVID brought it out of you. So it was a blessing inside. I think with DJing on Twitch, man, it's an amazing thing, man. It's about the best thing, man.
So let's talk a little bit about the music itself and being true to the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts about how, in some ways, we've come commercial. We've commercialized a little bit, and I know you have some thoughts about that.
I do. I put it to you like this, man. I believe this is my own opinion about the house culture, right? The face of house music has passed away, right? Farley Jack, Master Funk, Ron Hardy, the face of house passed away, and right now we don't have, in my opinion, we don't have a real face. We don't have a face of house music. We need a face. We need a representative. Our representatives are gone. So since Ron Hardy is gone, and since
I think you meant Frankie. Frankie earlier.
Who did I say it first? I'm sorry. Who did I say?
You said Farley.
I'm sorry.
Farley's still at it, but
right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Frankie Knuckles. Since Frankie Knuckles has passed away and Ron Hardy has passed away, the face, they were the true gatekeepers to me. They were the true, don't do this thing until you go talk to them first.
Yeah.
And if you do this thing, you better do it right, because Ron Hardy and Frankie Knuckles will put you on your ass because they plan the real thing. And so for me, I just believe that the face has gone away. And since the face is gone, anybody could come and culture vulture for their own recognition. They could come in and make a whole album, about, with house music.
Right.
And then when they make their millions, they gone. they're gone. You don't even see them no more. So
Yeah.
they're not saying, oh, this worked for me. You know, I sold 1,000,000 records. I made a platinum album with nothing but house music. That worked for me. Let me go over here and get D-Lot. Let me run over here and get D-Lot and see what he got to produce for me. You know what I'm saying? But you going somewhere else to find it. Instead of going where it was created, you going somewhere else to go get it. You going to Hollywood to go get it. You going to New York to go get it. So we got true artists and true people, musicians, producers in Chicago, baby, where it started. So go get them. Make sure when you making them platinum albums, you don't forget about the people that created this thing and not the people who, just trying to make a couple $1,000,000 and leave this thing alone.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Dream Maker Diva points out that the chosen few are great House representatives locally, and we've seen Terry Hunter get some love and some opportunity, and so to your point, we need to know the people that know it better than anybody else. We need to invest in the culture
because like we talked before, man, it's a third generation that know we're the third generation and we know about this thing. We take this thing serious. I was listening to another interview, man, with Josh Malone. I could say that, right? I could say, okay,
absolutely,
with Mo, and this dude put his daughter through college with this thing called house music. You feel me? People are making their livings off of this music. So we ain't doing this because it not only makes us feel good and we like it. We're doing it because we love it and we are able to make a couple coins off this thing and take our, like Mo put his daughter through college with this thing, and people are starting to really feel that this is a real career. So don't treat it like it's just fun. This is a career, brother. We doing this because we putting food on the table doing this thing here.
So that's a good point. Once again, House Culture Conversations, everybody. Kim Possible 1028. We see you. Sis One Love. Sis One Love song. Thank you so much for vibing with us. I have somebody that joined us, and I'm going to apologize. That's my jam. I see you. It is As If K Jan. I see you. We appreciate you for vibing with us. If I got your name wrong, put it to my head, not my heart. Appreciate you so much for vibing with us. So, Rod 618, it's a spiritual, cultural thing, this thing called house. And we need to respect it as such. And I think that's what you're getting at. Don't pilfer the culture. Don't pilfer the culture. Come, and all are welcome.
They are. But if you go, all are welcome. But if you're going to come up in here, you better know what you know. You better know that this ain't some things that you can steal and then get away with. It's people like me that's not going to let you get away with just coming in and, and then leaving and we never hear from you again. We need to hear, that, house music makes a difference.
Yeah.
When we say it's a spiritual thing, we ain't backslide.
That's it. That's it. Miss K Love, what's happening? Good to see you. Thanks for vibing with us. It is so good to have you in the building. So, DJ Reall, where do you see this thing going?
Nothing but up, man. And like I said, with the third generation. So I see new producers. I see new house dances. I see it going to a next level thing because you have people that's really taking it the third generation. And when I say third generation, you're the first generation. Them 80 babies that was spinning back in the days.
The early 80s.
Early 80s. But I see it going, first of all, I see it going nowhere but up because you got the third generation of DJs, third generation of house dancers, the third generation of good people that's upholding this thing we love called house. I don't see it And even if they come and try to make it commercial, as long as you're hearing good music and we putting asses on the floor, man, let's just have fun doing it.
Oh, I feel you there. Donna T 9091, welcome on
Donna
in.
T, the best moderator that in the world to me. What's up, Donna T?
Well, we're not going to challenge any. We got moderators in the building,
We
so
got moderators in the building, baby.
so I'm not getting into that one. I'm gonna
Hey
let you.
man, let me tell you something. I gotta say this. I gotta say this. Now that you brought it up, let me tell you about the mods, man. Let me tell you about the mods, man. The moderators that come in Twitch. If it were not for them, we wouldn't be who we are right now. They're unseen, right? So since they're unseen, we need to recognize them. The only thing y'all see us live, but you see them in the chat. So when you see them mods in the chat, man, recognize them, appreciate them, show them some love, man. Because they doing this thing from sun up to sundown, man, for us, and they making it happen. Dream Diva, Donna T, and everybody else that's a mod in the building. These people are making it happen for us, man. So if it wasn't for them, man, we gotta show the moderator some love, man. I wish they can have a cash out and we could put it on the wall and you can see it scroll and they can get some cash from that. How about that?
Hey, you know what? I couldn't agree more. You are so right about that. The moderators, and to be quite honest, they help usher in that groove with the crowd by engaging and welcoming in the guests into the room.
Yes,
Somebody
sir.
that might be new in the chat. Judy, what's happening? We see you. Thanks for vibing with us. So good to see you. So tell us a little bit about you, your stream. When is your stream? When can we check you out?
Right. As you see scrolling, come check out, follow me. Twitch.tv DJ underscore Reall every Sunday. I come on, well, I do a raid train. So every Sunday we start from 12 o'clock. Shout out to the Straight Fire DJs, the Straight Fire family, baby. We start streaming at 12 o'clock and we don't end until 2 o'clock. It's DJ Tron Blaze, DJ K-Man, DJ Get Down, Killer Green Beats. We come on from, like I said, from 12 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So it's a music marathon. I spend at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's 2 p.m. Eastern. That's twitch.tv/DJ underscore Reall.
All right. All right. Hey, I don't know if we covered everything that was on your heart, but this has been amazing. So I'm going to yield the floor to you to say any last words to this beautiful audience that we have tonight.
Hey, man, thank you, first and foremost, for having this platform to let everybody know about what this house culture is about. You don't do this for nothing. So I appreciate you, and I'm sure everybody in the chat appreciate DJ D-Lot for doing this, man. There's a lot of other people that are doing it. I don't know if I could do it. Like, there's certain things I can do, certain things I can't do. So I'm gonna leave it up to this man. I'm gonna point the right way. I'm gonna leave it up to that man. So shouts out to my mother, my wonderful mother that rides with me, man. She's been riding with me since day one through this journey of house music, man. Shouts out to Sis Love, T Newson. I love you, baby. T Newson in the building. I love you, T Newson. Shouts out to Sis Love, Felt Ride, DJ Herbie, all my Straight Fire family, man. Hey, just like I said, check me out. Check me out. I'm gonna be playing my box tomorrow, 2 p.m., baby. So if you ain't in the building at 2 p.m., you're going to miss all this energy, man. You're going to miss it. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for riding with me. And like I said, DJ D-Lot, man, you are incredible for doing this, man. You are an incredible guy for doing this thing, man.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Is what we talked about before we even got on. We love this culture. We came up in this culture, and what better way than to talk about it, to
Right.
talk about where we came from. We were talking about being at a party and you hear that, this is how it started, and you just lose your mind.
You
Today,
know, you know what's crazy, dog? Let me tell you what's crazy about this thing, right? So I gotta say this. So when I finally went to my first house party, I didn't know how to dance. The only thing I was doing, let me tell you,
he was a break dancer. You were break
right,
dancer.
I was breakdancing. Bruh, I went in, right? And I'm trying to listen, I'm trying to boom, 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 boom. And everybody looking at me like, all right, but you know what this is, right? And I'm like, nope, I don't know what it is, but
Oh my gosh.
but everybody twirling and splitting and voguing, and I'm pop locking. I'm trying to break down. Dude, I couldn't. I had to change up, man. I had to buy my riding boots. I had to get my little leather coat. I had to turn house, baby.
That's it. That's it. You bring up a interesting thing. Fashion was a big part of house.
Yes.
You
We
know,
definitely need a part two, man.
hey, well, you got a deal there. Listen, I saw something that said DJ Rockwell is out there. I'm gonna put your vote in there for where we going.
Oh, let me see where we at, y'all. Y'all hold on. Don't go nowhere. Don't
We
keep
about
it
to
locked.
start the party because it's all about the music.
Yo, I'm do it like this, brother. We gonna rock like this, y'all. Coming up, keep it locked. Don't go nowhere. Tune in to my boy DJ Lot, man. When he do this, y'all tune in. But we gonna kick it over to DJ Tila. Let's see what she doing. Let's see how she rocks. She followed me, so I'm gonna show her some love. So let's go over to DJ Tila, man. Show her some love and tell her that you in there.
Oh yes, make sure when we go in there, we're gonna kick the door down.
We're gonna kick it in, baby.
She's DJ underscore Tila, right?
Yeah, she DJ underscore TEA, like T, like the drinking tea, TEALA.
All right, here we go.
Let's ride. Let's go. I love it.
And we will see the rest of you all very soon. Thank you for vibing with us on House Culture Conversations.
Peace.
All right. Thank you so much, brother.